You're listening to Potty Mouth Radio, the home of movies, music, television, and comedy. Previously on Time to Die. Oh man, so we found the dragon and we took it back to the other dragon thing people and they gave us the key, but that didn't really lead to much. There was an orb and I heard screaming and I ran out of the temple, but then I wasn't scared anymore. And then I came back in, but Umlaut was still scared. And then the gnome got shot in the junk, which was pretty funny. Then we found a secret room, and that's where we are now.
I'm Paul, and I'm playing Kalana, a stunningly beautiful female high elf who is also a rogue.
I'm Liz, and I'm playing Umlaut, a young half-orc fighter from the Nibblefeet tribe.
I'm Dave, and I'm playing Felomir Wolfborn, a half-elf wild magic sorcerer.
I'm Billy, and I'm playing as Thelonious the monk. Get it? A 9-foot-tall, 500-pound tiefling who until recently had never left the monastery.
I'm Drew, and I'm your dungeon master.
It's time to die.
Alrighty. Well, where we last left our intrepid heroes, Umlaut had decided that she's no longer scared of a big blue glowing ball, and they let Erky Timbers take the fall for a trap. But luckily, Felomir was in a room with a big, marvelous-looking marble dragon statue and solved a riddle, which opened a secret door.
I mean, I think it's pretty sensible that I didn't take an arrow to the junk. I'm just saying. Like, that seems like the smartest thing we've done so far.
Yeah, I'm all for the
How nice of you to... How nice of you to let the only healer in the group.
Hey, I'm a healer. I'm not a good one, but I am one.
You've taken the adage, physician heal thyself, a little too literally, as an all-exclusive mantra.
Mate, what do they always say when you're on a plane? You got to put your own face mask on before you can help anybody else.
Before, not accept or in replace of.
And I'm sure that Erky right now is putting the face mask on his own junk. So we're all good.
Dave,
what's behind this door?
Kalana and I seem to be out in this other room. Are you going to let us know that a secret door opened?
Unlikely.
Door
what can we
here.
see, Drew? Exactly.
Come on
or
in. Found a door, because I'm clever.
Right. I'm going to walk on in there.
Guess we should go wandering in.
Just, step over the hole in the ground with the
Bleeding gnome in it.
Well, is the gnome dead? Should we help the gnome?
No, he's not dead.
He's
not dead. He's just very badly injured.
He will gladly make his way in.
I still
He's
have
a
2
minor
healing
You can
slots.
reach down, lift him out by the arrow.
From memory, he only has 1 healing slot left because I think he healed someone. So I'm going to go ahead and
Hence why he's the team's healer.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and heal him.
Why don't you just let him heal himself?
The
I
NPC
imagine
you
that
heal.
All right, I
I
heal
could
him
just
for
see
10.
Kalana walking by and just going, "Hey, you right down there? Yeah, you good? Okay, good. Yep." And then just keep walking, not
All right,
giving a shit.
Come on,
In the
Erky,
words
you
of
all right there,
Baldric,
mate?
my lucky Willy got in the way.
You definitely healed him up.
Can we move on from gnome penis now?
He said
if
no
we
one
must.
ever.
Yeah, I guess you could.
When we get to the next course, Liz.
What's in the room? I'm dying to know. As is Umlaut.
Well, you're gonna have to go through a door.
Oh, so we can't see anything through the door at the moment?
Like, who wants to peek through the door?
Okay.
I'll look through it. I won't step through it.
All right, well, Dave is closest, so yeah, he can look through it.
I found it. It's my door. I'll look through it.
My door. No one else. All right. Dust cloaks the contents of this 20-foot wide hall. 6 alcoves line the walls, 3 to the north and 3 to the south. Each alcove appears to each alcove except the southwest holds a humanoid figure, appearing to be carved of the same red-veined white marble as the dragon in the room that you are currently occupying.
Well, these fuckers are going to come to life.
I still
You're
have
not,
this
you're not
treasure here.
quite sure. You're not quite sure. It almost looks like they're wearing some type of armor, but you would have to go in to get a better look.
I mean, we've got to go in, right?
Can we see the floor? Is it smooth and unimpeding, or does it have noticeable discoloured squares scattered along it that are perhaps slightly raised?
Is there a big sign that says "Trap here"? Do not step on this.
What you can see is that, Dave, from across the way, there is a stone archway that leads to the west, and the hall itself in this room opens up into what appears to be, from where your viewpoint is, a wide room. And there seems to be a greenish light glowing from said room.
Good.
Okay. I was going to suggest that we make the gnome go in, but we've already got him shot in the junk once. I'm happy to...
We fixed him. He's good to go.
I'm happy to go in there and have a look if people want me to.
As a man of God, you're not happy for people to be shot in the junk twice?
Look, every junk is sacred.
Every junk is good. Every junk is needed in your neighbourhood.
Good to know.
I think Umlaut would have been peeking over the shoulder of, or looking over the top of Falamir's head, because he's shorter than her, I think. I sure don't know.
It's ironic, isn't it, Kalana, that the two in the party who could actually have a chance of going in and perceiving shit are the two that have the lowest hit points.
It's probably put that way. So I think I would look in and it would look interesting, and I wouldn't see anything immediately dangerous, so Umlaut would probably just stride in there.
So you're heading towards the green glow?
Yeah. She's pretty. Umlaut looks pretty.
Like a moth.
100%.
Pretty.
Just go slow, Umlaut. Just go slow. Ease.
Umlaut will step into the room and then just sort of like strike a power pose and be like, I have got this. And then wait for... And then sort of be just preparing herself for something to come.
So you're just standing there in case those statues come to life?
Yeah.
Do they come to life, Drew?
Something else occurs to me that one of the alcoves doesn't have a statue, and I'm wondering where that figure is.
Oh, that's creepy. Yeah, no, I think Umlaut's just waiting for stuff to like be ouchy, because every time she goes into somewhere new, it seems like there's a new ouchie. So,
sure. With going into the room, Umlaut, you can actually see that the figures in the alcoves, they are tall and they resemble elves, and they look as if they're wearing plate armor.
Okay, so I'm like, Kalana, they look like you.
But armoured.
Yeah. Wait, I've got studded leather armor on.
Sorry,
I
love.
guess
you had to steal from a dead guy.
Steal/repurpose.
Upcycle.
I think we should be... We're obviously going into this room. We've got to see what's going to happen. So let's just go in carefully. I have my rapier drawn and ready for the worst. I'm certainly not going to go ahead of Umlaut, but I wouldn't want her to be in there by herself.
Yeah, I mean, we have to go in.
I'll go in and
we didn't get the key for nothing.
I'll inspect one of these statues a little more closely.
I'll stand behind Dave in case he needs some healing.
For a 9-foot-tall blue fucker, you are as cowardly as they come.
We've been through this. As a man of God. All right, fine. Fuck all of you. I'm walking to the green glow and investigating it.
All right, Drew, do you want me to roll for perception to have a look at one of these intimidating statues?
Thelonious decided to run up. If he wants to run that far, that's fine, but you just fell into a pit, Billy.
How deep is the pit?
I can confidently say that most of us saw that coming.
How deep is the pit? Can I pull myself out as a 9-foot
11 feet.
How deep is the pit? How deep is this pit?
Here's the fun part. Like, I have a very fair rule. If you say it, it happens. So I'm almost wanting to make Billy fall into that pit right now, but
I thought we could all see it's a pit. Why would he walk into it if he can see it's a pit?
He didn't walk, he ran.
He was hyper-focused on the green glow.
You guys never run into a glass door just because it was really clean?
As a man of God, he thought he would float over it.
Billy, if you want to give yourself a dex check to see if you can catch yourself before you're gonna.
We know how well these go.
Is that a saving throw or just a general dex check?
No, just give me a general dex check.
I'd say that we should have him on a rope where we can pull him back, but actually
He's
doesn't
too big
do great
and heavy.
hanging off
He'd
ropes
drag us
either.
all in.
Yeah, well, he'd fall off that rope somehow, I imagine.
13.
All right, 13. I'll say you catch yourself as you almost fall. You look down below and you see that this pit, which easily is 10 feet deep, and at the bottom it is just filled with spikes.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I saved myself then. So is the green glow coming from the spikes, or is it coming from the other side of the pit?
No, the green glow is coming from the room across from the pit.
Ooh.
How wide's the pit?
The pit itself is...
Sorry, I asked this of Thelonious. I obviously
No,
It
it's
looks
fine.
like it's
It's
about 8 feet.
20, yeah, it's roughly like maybe 16 to 17 feet long and probably about, like 8 feet across.
Yeah.
Oh, so if
Okay.
you'd run and leapt at the right point, you'd probably have made it.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm not going to jump across that. Should we look at some of the statues then?
Turned one into a bridge.
Well, yeah.
Well,
Drew
you
did
are
say
9
they're
foot tall. We could just lay you down across and walk across you.
He's very skinny. I think he'd bend in the middle. I keep saying,
How's your core
picture
strength?
Stephen Merchant, not Andre the Giant.
Look, I hope that Thelonious' core strength is better than mine, because my core strength is not good.
Yeah, has he been
Like
doing his
laying a
Pilates?
marshmallow across the pit. Alrighty. Can I get back to investigating this statue if Thelonious has finished gallivanting into danger?
Yeah, I want to just generally scout around the room and look for stuff on this side of the pit.
Which statue?
Where am I?
That sounds
You're
ominous.
still in the room with the dragon.
Cowering in the back room. That's where you are, Dave.
I'm the one that looked in the door. All right, I'll look at this one first.
Okay.
Drew, I'm rolling investigation for just the room generally. I'm just going to be poking around the corners and things.
What are we looking for specifically? Investigation, you're almost like looking for something specific.
Any fun treasure or fun things that might be useful and or
Everything.
Fun.
nice.
Eyes.
Anything
seeking
shiny,
fun.
perhaps? Shiny would be probably up my alley.
Well, the statues appear to be made of the same marble that the dragon is in the other room.
I'm not saying it out loud, but I quietly wonder to myself what would happen if we said stars, given that that's what we said in the other room that made... I don't know. Probably nothing.
Don't say anything Thelonious at this point.
Yeah. I've learned that.
Am I doing perception or investigation to...
Well, if you're just going to
Divine
give like
what?
a general like
I'm
look around,
going up to the statue, looking at it very closely, investigating it on all sides, maybe poking it with a stick or something.
Okay, so I mean, are you looking for like a secret compartment? Are you looking for the fact that like if you touch it enough times, it'll become real? Like, what investigation is like so specific. Perception would just be like a general like overview.
Do a perception.
Yeah,
then.
probably perception then.
Okay,
you know,
sure. 16 gives you. I mean, it's a nice looking statue. It's definitely a little bit more dusty. The other room appeared to maybe have had more of an airflow to it at some point, but as the secret door, when you said stars, kind of like hissed and there was a puff. A lot of the trapped air in here. It's these statues are dusty, but if you do kind of like brush away some of the dust, it is still some of the fine marble that the dragon statue is in the other room.
but no inner warmth that would suggest a potential life. Good.
No, there doesn't seem to be any life.
How heavy do they appear to be? Would the four of us be able to maneuver one and carry it to make a makeshift bridge out of it or something?
I'm sure you could try.
Should we try and move one? I mean, so there's 6 alcoves and one of them doesn't have a statue in it. Is that right, Drew?
Yeah.
We should probably check that one out and see if there's anything to be found there.
I stand in the alcove in the same position as the other statues.
I see where you're going with this. This hopefully don't turn into a statue.
Yeah, I don't know. I played a lot of Zelda. This is a
That
guess.
may well solve our problem, though, Kalana.
All right, I'm standing in the alcove. Anything happening?
So did you get past the pit?
Oh, the alcove
No,
is on this side of the pit.
Outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, not the arch, the alcove.
yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
No, I mean, nothing happens. I mean,
Okay. Can I?
Say
What
I'm,
do you
stars,
say?
Billy. Say
I
stars.
am an elf statue.
I'm gonna
See if
roll
that
for
helps.
perception while I'm standing in here and see if I notice anything about this particular alcove.
Say stars.
Are you Jedi Knighting again, Thelonious?
I am the statue you're looking for.
I rolled an 11. I'm guessing I don't notice anything.
you're right. With an 11,
You feel your body start to stiffen and become cold and stone-like.
So starting from the southwest alcove, you can actually see that there has been some disturbance in the dust. It seems like it's been made with little tracks.
Like rat tracks?
You're not quite sure. You could give me a survival.
Oof, I don't
Survival
never
check.
like rolling a survival, but there we go, 15.
Hey!
So with that, a 15, you can tell that the tracks were made by a tiny humanoid with claw-like feet. But it looks as if the tracks are dozens of years old.
Okay. Can I see which direction the tracks are leading? So they leave from the alcove? Do they go
So if you follow the tracks, it almost looks like they are...
going across the pit?
Yeah. They go from the alcove up and then over, almost like they're leaving the alcove across the pit.
What if we fill in the big hole with lots of rocks? Could we all just go and collect rocks and carry them to and from and then fill in the pit?
There is lots of rubble in those other rooms.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Can we just check that alcove then? If there are tracks in that alcove, it does imply there's
is
an
there a
exit
door
of
at the
some,
back of it?
Some kind of hidden door.
Oh, yeah,
perhaps.
can I see how the tracks got into the alcove?
Maybe someone else just did exactly what you did.
So,
They walked over to that
I
one,
mean, so
said
with
something dumb, and then walked back.
with your survival check, you do notice that, again, tiny little humanoid feet, claw-like nails. They begin in the center of the alcove, and they move west towards the pit, and then they seem to disappear into the pit.
Okay, beginning in the center, that implies that it was a statue. And it came to life, and it crawled into the pit. So
Came to life, turned into something small with clawed feet as opposed to unless weirdly that statue was not an armored elf,
So
which seems odd.
Do we think that something is still in the pit then?
Elves don't have claws.
And they have larger feet than tiny.
Did we look properly in the pit?
I didn't.
Like,
I
can
didn't
I
do
go up
like
and
a
look?
proper look.
I would like to go down and investigate the pit and see if I can see anything other than spikes.
We should be able to see the bottom to see if there's
wave a
anything
torch over it.
impaled on the spikes, shouldn't we?
Yeah, if you want to like peer over and peer
I
down
do.
in there, you can
Yeah,
definitely
that
look.
is
Let's
peering.
do that.
Okay. You don't see anything that appears to be a skewered body or remnants of anything that could possibly be determined as dead.
Is
Do I see
there
anything other
space
than
between?
spikes?
Yeah, is there space between the spikes for something to move around if they climb down there successfully?
If you climb down there successfully and you're careful and you kind of maneuver yourself, yeah, you could definitely make your way across the 8 feet and then attempt to climb if you could reach up 10 feet.
I know who can reach up 10 feet,
I'm
the
only-
9-foot
yeah,
tall person.
I'm the only one who can do that. All right.
I mean,
I'm
you
like-
could. I know you're as clumsy as all fuck,
I'm-
but in
guys,
theory, you could at 9 feet.
again,
You could
I never
lower
never
yourself.
left the
You
monastery.
don't even need to drop. You could lower yourself
There-
down to
There
stand
were
on the
no
bottom.
spikes in the monastery. There were no ropes. I don't
You
know.
don't need a
I
rope.
didn't
You're
stop
not
before.
I don't know
you
how to
could
make a
literally-
Pop-Tart,
You
guys.
could lower yourself over the edge of this to the bottom without it dropping.
Okay.
Your
Why
arms
don't-
are
why
more
don't
than
we
a
do
foot
it
above your
as
head.
a team? Why don't we do it as a team? Because I'm like,
Well, we all
very
pick up Thelonious and
dexterous
then-
and nimble.
Well,
so she has very nimble feet.
I'm wondering because you with your ballet, Umlaut,
Yeah.
you'd be used to leaping. I'm wondering if you could leap that distance if you did like an acrobatics check or something. Like
8 feet's a big jump.
I mean, yeah,
Well, it's not undoable.
it's
that's
not. It's not out of the realm of possibility. But
I'm open.
I'm happy to carefully climb down the pit, walk to the other side, and try climb up.
What
do
about
we think
if
I
you
should do
climbed
that?
into the pit and then you put your hands up and then I do this amazing kind of roll and then you kind of like I land on top of your hands and then you like
You know what? That's
push
actually not
me
a bad
off
idea.
and then I land on the other
That
side.
seems way dumber than the original plan.
Just walk across and pull yourself
Thank
out on
you
the other
very
side.
much.
I actually I see what Umlaut is getting at here. If I stand in the center of my pit, of the pit with my arms up, I'm kind of creating a platform, and that way you guys only have to do like a 4-foot step, and you can step
Yeah.
onto my
Even-
hands and then step over to the other side.
And then we can
Stephen-
pull you up.
Stephen Merchant, if you are of that, I'm
your
not standing on
strength,
Stephen Merchant's
Thelonious?
arms.
Umlaut wants to give this a go. She's very certain that she can definitely do a pirouette on your feet, and so it's not putting too much pressure on you, and then use that to like
Do we want to see
propel
if we
herself
can?
off.
All right, before we do this, though, which is probably
how
going to lead
tall
to
are
our
the
certain
statues? Are the
deaths,
statu-
do we want to investigate anything else in the room? Is there
Are the
anything
statues
else?
at least 8 feet tall, Drew?
Let's.
More importantly,
Let's just-
if we can move a statue and throw it, if it's not 8 feet tall, let's say it's 5 feet tall, and you throw it into that pit, it crushes a whole bunch of these stakes.
Yeah, I
Right.
like the idea of filling the pit with stuff.
Sure. I'm going to say that the statues are 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
Right. So if we
I just
can
gave
move
you a
it, and I don't know if we
D6
can, and we shove it in, and it even if it breaks, it's going to break a whole bunch of these,
Okay.
stakes.
So that then you can.
And then
step
it's very
more carefully.
easy to walk across there and Billy climb out. Sorry, Dylan climb out the other
Okay.
side, and then help us all get out.
That's using the old noggin.
Also, as
Okay,
you guys
let's
have
try
been
it.
discussing amongst yourselves what to do, the door at the other end of the hall that you came in through has closed.
I was wondering why
excellent.
that room disappeared. So we're trapped in here now. All right. So we have to try get across,
Well,
and
let's
we
go over and say
can't.
stars.
And we can't go and get rubble
Yeah.
that the DM
There's a
possibly
little
hadn't thought
bit
of as a
rubble in the
solution.
corner.
Let's start with, can we move a statue? If we can't move a statue, then that plans out. That we
Yeah.
Can
I'm
we
up
move
for
a
that.
statue, Drew?
Would that
Let's
be
all
a
try and
strength
shift a
check,
statue.
or
So if you're going to, I'm going to say this is a medium-sized statue, maybe.
yeah?
It's probably going to be rough, and it's really nice marble. I'm gonna say it's roughly like 500 to 600 pounds.
I don't know what that is. I'm a New Zealander and we
I'm a
don't use
kilo.
pounds.
pound. It's like 2.2 pounds to a kilo.
That's
so
right, I
we're
did know
talking
that.
roughly
Okay.
like 200 and
Couple hundred kilos?
something kilos.
60 kilos
Yeah.
or something like that. Okay. I mean, that's doable between 4 of us. Sure. 5 of us. Don't forget the gnome.
So I just want to point out
All
one
out
thing.
can bench that solo.
I just want to point out one thing. This is like the
200
6th time that God has mentioned the marbling on the statues. I feel like
No,
maybe
I'm
we're
just-
missing something.
I'm just describing the statue. It's 260.8 kilos.
there you go. See, look at my math.
Thank you. Kalana, I love how you're like, the 5 of us can do this. I'm pretty sure we know who is going to be doing the bulk of the work on the
Yeah.
lifting.
Sure. I
And it
realise
isn't
that's
you.
going to be you.
Umlaut,
I
do
just
you-
want
so
credit where credit
When I say the
due.
5 of us, I'll be standing over the back here directing.
he'll be
Yeah,
he'll
that's
be there
kind of what I
yelling
envisaged.
pivot, pivot.
100%.
Hashtag go listen to the one where we watched.
All right. So does
How
Umlaut
much-
need to
oh,
roll
sorry.
strength or something?
I just want to check, like, Falamir, how much can your mage hand lift?
It can't lift. It can't
Uh,
lift. We established
It
that
can't
early
lift,
on.
and
It can't
it's a
pick up.
maximum of
couldn't
30-pound
remember.
equivalent.
Plus, it's Dave's mage hand. What chance does it have?
Well, I think it can.
But I thought it'd still be better than Dave.
Kalana, take my strong hand.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hate
you don't know where that
I hate
hand has
that
been
scene.
though.
It's been inside the turkey.
Oh, I hate that scene. Oh, anyway, Klana, I really feel like the mage hand would still be stronger than Falamir, so that's why I thought I'd put it out there.
Both a compliment
okay.
and an insult. I'll take it.
it's half. It's
Right.
better than half of the time.
Umlaut strides to the most light-looking statue. I imagine they all look the same, but she's just gonna arbitrarily pick. Oh, pick the closest one. to the
Closest
pit.
one.
Oh, see, do we want to go the
Smart.
closest? Well, see, there's two
Yes.
things here. Do we want to go the closest one, or do we want to go the one that Dave has already investigated? Because I will just point out, when Dave went to investigate a statue, Drew said which one. So I think that maybe
Umlaut
these
would not
statues aren't
have
all the
thought
same.
about that.
Okay.
Umlaut
There's
would go,
five-
I'm
there's 5
lazy and I
statues,
want to
so-
carry it as little as I can, so therefore I'm going to
And
the
Drew's a
closest
very
one.
mysterious DM who
And what
would
did
say
God
that
say?
in every room
Right,
all
so
the time.
I'm assuming that would be this one here.
Which grain of sand are you looking at?
Yeah. So
Left.
Umlaut will stride up and try to push over or lift or move the statue in some way.
I love the fact that this episode's just going to be the whole time getting across this pit.
Top quality podcasting.
Podcasting.
Welcome to D&D.
There'll be a bit of witty banter in the middle somewhere, I'm sure. We'll come up with some.
Oh, good. I can't wait till we get to that bit.
Good luck to Billy on this edit.
So, Drew, what do I need to do? A strength check?
Well, I mean, where are we going? Are we going to the one that's in
So,
this upper
I'm striding to the closest
upper
one
left-hand
to the pit
corner of the map?
and try
Okay.
to move it in some way.
Okay, sure. I mean, you can try and give me a strength check to hoist it up.
Can we help? Oh,
Well,
wow.
let's
Yeah,
just see if she
I
can
mean-
do it first. I mean,
You accidentally smashed it in your fingers.
she got a nat 20, so I'm guessing she doesn't need our help.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. I was just like, hey, I like lifting things. Let me show you
Just
how
standing
it's
there
done.
with it on one shoulder going, where do you want it?
Okay, so you are able to hoist it up, but it's one of those things where, like, you know, the weightlifter like gets the bar above their head and they're like, all right, I did it. Like, someone spot me.
Okay, all right.
Umlaut would definitely like pick it up and go, I did it. Little help, little
All
help,
right,
little
yep.
help.
I come over and I roll strength as well to see if I can help
Yes.
her.
Despite my
that's-
jokes and my shit out strength, I'll help. Try and help.
25 from Umlaut, and then 12, 11.
Which is about right.
If you add us all together, we're an umlaut, so there's now 2 umlauts.
Yeah, so I feel like Umlaut's got one end, like she hoists up one end, and then the 3 of you rush up and catch the other end and are carrying the other end.
So all together, you guys are able to like stabilize and kind of like, you can pivot, and Urki's just there going like, if you move it that way.
And Kalana's like, that's my job. So I think we
Urki's
would
gonna get a
move
statue.
it.
I mean, we don't
Jump
need to
in a
move, like, surely from
We'd
here.
move it to here, and then we would try and push it over. That's
Yeah.
what,
So
like,
that it
We're just trying to throw it in
crushes
the
a
pit.
path through spikes or something.
Yeah. If we did it like perpendicular to the side,
Put,
so
put
it
the
was
base
like
of it at this end.
then we can
and
walk
then
along it, and then
tip
there's
it
just
over.
a foot.
I
to
don't think
climb.
we're strong enough to kind of plan out how. I think we're pretty much just dropping
Speak
it
for
in there
yourself.
and hoping.
Well, no, we can put the end of it down up
Yeah,
at
we
the
just
edge
put
of
it
the
down
pit
and then push it over.
just tip it over.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's probably the easiest thing to do.
So then it'll leave a foot at the other end where, Thelonious,
can
you
climb
can go
up,
down
yeah.
and push us up and stuff. That's what we're doing.
We'll say that, I guess, if you're going to throw it into the pit, since the pit itself is about 8 feet wide, but the statue itself is 7 feet, if you hoist it down, it might be able to fall at an angle.
That's what we're
Yeah,
hoping.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, so we were successful in that and
Starting to
nothing
think we
came
should
to
have
life.
investigated this whole room better and found the lever that extends a drawbridge or something.
I thought it was going to be Indiana Jones just throw some dust across it and it would magically appear to be a pathway. But anyway.
So with,
Path
Did you
of the
try
faithful
that?
man.
You didn't try that.
so with the statues there now.
Yeah, you're a man of God. Did you attempt to cross with faith?
Yeah.
So with the
No one said Jehovah.
so with the statues there now, Drew, am I able to just head across? Do I need to roll anything to see if I'm successful at that, or is it?
It is kind of at an angle, so if you want to like drop down and you want to give me an acrobatics check so you don't fall into the rest of the pit.
Jesus, okay.
Roll.
12.
You know what? You're fine. You land on it. It's sturdy enough, and you can kind of walk uphill on the statue.
Okay. All right. So I'm
I'll
across
follow
the
him.
other side.
Yeah, and I'll
All
follow
right.
you.
All right. So the moment that you cross other side, something
But he's still in the pit, right?
The
Or has he
cage
climbed
No,
out?
I've climbed up
Something.
already.
something is there to greet you.
I hope it's.
All right. So this little guy is
Jesus.
actually going to.
Does this room not scream, "This is the end of the adventure where you all die," or not?
We'll get to the description, but he's gonna try and claw your face.
That son of a bitch.
What is it?
It looks like a dragon.
Not quite sure what this thing is.
God, if it's a dragon, we tea rubble.
I'm not gonna
Ooh,
take
beast
you.
form. The elves transform. We've got more of them coming from the other room, I reckon.
Right. So it misses. It misses with an 8. I'm not taking the advantage on it. But it definitely misses attacking your face. And if you want to roll initiative, if everybody wants to roll initiative,
Shit.
I had already said that I
Are
was
we able to even engage? Most of us haven't even gone in the pit yet.
Yeah, so I had said I
Well,
already was following.
yeah,
so
so
I think I'm
Umlaut's
down
in
in
the
the pit
pit.
by now.
and that's
But I did-
fine. And that's fine.
But I did roll an 8 on my acrobatics to get into the pit.
Woohoo! Look at that initiative fly.
So does it mean anything that I rolled an 8 for acrobatics?
You're gonna fall at the tail end. Give me now a dex check to see if you are gonna hit the spikes.
Oh shit.
I got a 6.
All right. So you are going to land. You're going to land on one spike.
So this
you're
episode's going to
gonna-
be called "A Spike to the Junk."
So you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Okay,
Oh.
yeah.
It's more of
I
a
feel like
splinter.
I should almost take a point of psychic damage because Umlaut would have thought that she was doing some beautiful, sort of elegant, stroll down this thing and then actually tripped over her own feet and fallen on a spike. So she'll be feeling pretty sad about that.
All right.
Oh, it's fine. It's humbling.
So she's sitting on her ass in the pit looking up at you guys going, I don't know what happened.
So
Okay.
do I get to fight back at this thing, or I mean,
Well, right now, for the turn order, it actually it's going to go to Kalana because Kalana has a 22 for her initiative first.
And so, obviously, when we were on the other side of the pit, we didn't know this thing was there. Can the other guys, can they see this thing? Like, do they have line of sight if they want to use ranged weapons?
They may be able to see this thing kind of like flapping in front of your face.
It's only like 8 feet away, or 9 or 10 feet, because it's inside the room.
All right, so if I was to move to there on the edge of said pit, do I have line of sight to shoot this thing with a short bow or not?
Ooh, I'm going to go with no, because...
Well, then I've got to climb down and try and get across here and up here to help.
You would be shooting. You'd be shooting through building.
You can move further, like you can move to here, right? I'm happy. I'm happy for you to try shoot past me. If I get shot, that's fine.
It's
probably less damage than all that
I'm just
poison's
yelling out,
gonna do.
help! I'm praying to God.
All right, I'm going to fire.
It gets half
is this
cover,
short
which
bow?
is +2. Sorry, half cover.
Oh, so it's 2. Oh, the chances of that seem pretty low. All right, well, knowing that I can't really shoot and do much, can I try and follow across the statues and come out the other side?
Yeah, step on Umlaut.
Oh, okay.
Or can I not go through Umlaut?
Just step on me. It's fine.
I mean, she's there. I mean, you could also, if you wanted to, take a running leap across.
I could put my hands up, and you could land on them, and then propel yourself up.
And the fact that you're impaled would make it a slightly more stable platform to jump onto.
What check would this require, Drew? Sorry.
So in order to get a running jump, you got to have at least 10 feet or more. And when you run, you jump the distance equal to your strength score.
Oh, my strength is crappy, but my dexterity is so good. I don't understand. Yeah, so I can't make it.
So what you're saying is that because it's an 8-foot pit, Kalana only needs to roll a 10 and she makes it across, right? Is that what you're saying?
In the pit.
No, I haven't got in yet. I'm sort of working out what to do.
You're saying if she does a run up and then does a strength roll, if she rolls more than 10, she makes it across.
No, my strength is 8.
No. It's not rolling. It's not even rolling. If she were to give herself a running start, she could then leap. Then she could leap 8 feet across. But
I do want to emphasize that my dexterity is 17 here. It does not seem to come into play very often. In this
you
game.
definitely would land gracefully.
Well, Paul, here's the thing. Like I said that the pit itself was like about 8 feet across.
Yeah.
You have an 8 strength score. If you get your running jump, you can make it across.
All right, bugger it. Doing that then.
Okay.
So how far back do I need to go to run? Because I can move how far? Is it 50 feet in one turn?
So what you're saying though is the whole stuff with the statue, we didn't need to do that because
I did
pretty
say
much
8 feet. You
pretty much
big
all of
people
us
could
have
probably
just
even jump
across
it.
So if you went back to here, Paul.
Yep.
Right by Falamir, and then you ran the 5, well, maybe back here, and then 5, 10, and then you can jump across.
Okay. So jump I shall, and I make it because apparently you just do the thing. Can I move to here? Where can I get to?
So
I don't want to block. You don't block the path, do you? Because of course people can move through you. Okay.
So what do you got? You got 30 movements, so that'd be 10, 15, and that would be 25. You leap across. You can have 5 feet of movement left.
Feels like I should get out of the way.
Yep. Go sideways to make room.
Yep.
I'm just hanging out in the pit.
Can Paul still attack, or was that everything?
I can't attack.
I believe the running jump
takes my attack. That's fine. That makes sense.
All right, Falamir is good.
So I can't remember if this was where Kalana went to. Do I have line of sight? That seems like line of sight.
You technically would have line of sight to it. The only thing is that you're still shooting through Thelonious' square, so it would get half cover.
Oh, okay. In the alcove is the same,
you'll be blocked
isn't
by
it?
a wall there.
Yeah.
All right. Rather than just put a whole bunch of people in, I'll try and be more useful and just give it some damage from here, I think.
Okay.
Do I just do a normal roll for attack?
Yeah, well, what are you doing?
You could I believe he's going to shoot it with his
firebolt.
Oh, fire?
Redoubtable firebolt.
Oh,
yeah, that always works.
Yeah, every time.
Good old firebolt. Nothing beats
I'm
firebolt.
saved, guys.
I can not shoot it if you would rather, Thelonious.
No, go ahead.
I think you should shoot it at Thelonious. And be like, well, it worked now. Oh, and look at that. It did.
Mate.
Nope, you just make a ranged spell attack, and on a hit, you do 1d10 fire damage.
Nice job. And he did 5.
Well, it is now Erky Timbers' turn. Erky is not sure exactly what to do. There's a lot of commotion happening. Erky is going to try and he's going to run across. So he's going to move 5, and he's going to run. He's going to jump, and he's going to land right there.
God. Erky Timbers is at least as strong, if not stronger than I am.
This is just crushing Umlaut's soul.
You watch her go
questioning.
flying
Down there in
overhead.
the pit.
Yeah. She's like, what have I become?
We are idiots, guys. Spent all this time
Umlaut
dragging
makes-
statues. We could have just
Umlaut
jumped.
makes a solemn
Erky's gonna
promise
get
to
out-
herself right now. She's like, you are going to do Pilates and yoga every morning when you wake up from now on. You've got to do it.
Next time on Time to Die.
This screams lich. This screams undead, nasty wizard, mage thing in this sarcophagus. And level 1 characters who have just come out of the monastery probably aren't going to do well here. I feel like we've gone to this side quest thing which we were never meant to find.
I know, but okay.
I don't know.
Well,
Umlaut
what do we wanna-
loves the pictures. She's very taken with the pictures.
Thanks for listening to Time to Die. If you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at pottymouthradio.com or pottymouthradio@gmail.com or on all the socials at pottymouthradio.